Hello, SEAL community. I am the Dragon Rider. Joining me today is Bebe, and we're here to bring you some Piltover matches today. Super excited to see what these teams have to offer. We've seen a couple of these guys in the past, so it should be fun to watch them duke and wreak havoc as we saw in last week. Hunter, Bebe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. So for our first match of the day, we will be going from Apes Together Strong versus RADD. So I've seen personally Apes Together Strong play in the past in week one. And then but RADD is a new team that we haven't watched yet. So they're they're kind of like underdogs in my eyes. I've kind of seen I've seen Ansem play in the past before, but he's brought in a group of people, and so it should be fun to see what they're going to be bringing to the table. Do you know anything about these two teams, Hunter or Baby?
No, I'm pretty much in the dark like you are coming into this series. As you mentioned, I've seen a bit of Apes Together Strong just through casting previous seasons, and I'm familiar with Ansem, obviously, but the rest of the players on RAD still elude me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can show today.
Yeah, very well said. Now I'm gonna go and bring us over to our picks and bans here. So transitioning to picks and bans, what do you feel about how game one's gonna go down?
Right. So, as you said, getting into pick bans here, we have Rad on the blue side here, Apes Together Strong on the red. And we see opening up with what's mostly going to be targeted bans across the board, the Poppy and the Gangplank. Not things you traditionally see in the current meta, but picks aimed at knocking Apes Together Strong down a peg. And the Leona, again, just touching on bot lane engage supports can be really annoying to play against stuff like that occasionally. And on the other side, we see the Seraphine, Kindred, Lulu. Lulu's been very, very high priority in Seal, not so much in like Pro and stuff, but definitely I've noticed in Seal lots of Lulu priority, and the team that gets her tends to be at a very strong advantage. So it's good to see that ban coming out. And then as we get into picks here, we do see the Ashe picked up, and following the next picks phase for Rad, we see the Ashe Zyra lane being locked in together. A really strong, oppressive bot lane. Very, very good push, very high poke, and solid all in just between the amount of CC between Ashe and Zyra. It'll be really interesting to see how that plays out and how Apes Together Strong is able to play into that in the bot lane with the Tristana Thresh that they lock in their first two picks. We also see a Skarner being picked up, some tanky jungle engage shenanigans going on for the side of Rad, and a Vladimir being flexed for the side of Apes Together Strong, being able to go mid or top likely. As we move into the second phase of pick bans here, we see Zach and Elise just getting rid of some of these junglers that they don't want to see coming out of Apes Together Strong. And on the other side, Apes are removing mid laners, saying, hey guys, we want to protect what is looking to be a Vladimir mid lane here with these bans. And saying, I want this Vladimir to get strong. I want him to be able to have a safe lane phase, and we're going to facilitate that any way we can. Picks continue coming out. We see the Xin Zhao for Apes Together Strong locking in that jungle, already knowing what the enemy jungler is, just getting it out of the way, making sure they can get counterpick in one of their solo lanes. The Urgot Lissandra coming out of Rad. Lissandra, good AoE CC. We don't see a lot of it anymore, and it's an interesting matchup in the Vladimir. She's definitely going to have push advantage, but it's going to fall off pretty hard comparatively in team fights. And then the Urgot top lane matching up blind into something here, and we see that Apes Together Strong will take the Bolly Bear matchup into it, just looking to run down the big crab in the top lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it was me, I'd definitely be thinking, well, I would have personally thought that Vladimir would have been going top lane in the first little bit. So I really like what Apes Together Strong did here in their picks and bans. And taking out the Lulu, like you were saying before, actually, a lot of priority on Lulu and Seal here. It's like almost 100% pick ban at this rate. We're getting to the point where Kog'Maw Lulu is just an absolute menace. So you have to ban one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lulu, too, being the much stronger ban of the two normally, seeing as she can pair so well with many other ADCs as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, exactly. As we said, super impressive lane. Good to see that coming out. Team comps look really interesting, and I'll cover more of them a little bit as we get into game and we see how all of the runes shape up and stuff like that. But Ryder, do you have anything else you want to add to the pick ban, or should we just get on into game?
No, I think you explained it really well. So let's quickly jump into game and see what's going to happen on the Rift. Okay, I'm unpausing at 10, and then on 3. 1,
Sure.
2, 3.
All right, and as we get on in the game here, we do get to see all of the summoner spells and rune choices coming in across the game. In the top lane, we see the grass pretty normal for the Volibear into the press the attack for Urgot, looking to get a little bit more damage in that lane, nothing too strange. Phase Rush Conquer in the jungle, nothing too weird. The Conquer rune for Xin Zhao just enables him to have stronger actual team fighting and scaling. Whereas you've seen in the past, Xin Zhao's might go something like Phase Rush, or they might go for some other wacky runes. Maybe they go Hail of Blades too, right? Hail of Blades gives them increased ganking power and early dueling.
Mm-hmm.
But the Conqueror choice here is saying that they're leaning a lot more towards team fights. Maybe we'll even see something wonky like a Bruiser or Tank Xin Zhao that we've seen out of LPL before. I'll be interested to see where that goes. Mid lane, it's Electrocute on Lissandra, not really going to get a lot of mileage out of Aftershock in this lane, so that makes a lot of sense to me, and especially with the Phase Rush nerf, not going to see anything weird like that out of her. Vladimir, still married to Phase Rush, needs to get around in team fights. And both taking TP, which is good to see here. I don't think there's very much kill threat on either side, 1v1 in this lane. And I don't think you need to kill either side that badly in this lane, so no need to take the ignites for the gank setup, no need for cleanses really. And then in the bot lane, we do see the Ashe Zyra with pretty normal keystones across the board against the Triss Thresh, also fairly normal. We do see Thresh with Aftershock. Aftershock's a bit different. Sometimes you see Guardian. Often you see Guardian right now on Thresh, just because he sort of sucks as a champion at doing anything other than having the best abilities in League of Legends on every one of his abilities. So you just tend
Fair.
to try and keep your AD carry alive. We do see a hook landing bot lane though.
I'm not sure if anything's going to come of this, but it's going to be a big trade. Here comes a flash from Tristana, and the immediate flash in response to that by Zyra. Ashe is doing some good damage to Thresh, but if you are on the side of Tristana Thresh, you are really happy.
Yeah, getting that early flash bone in bot lane gonna open some opportunities up. Urgot engaging in the top lane.
Yeah, it's going to be some nice trades here. And then the Thresh actually overextending. The Flash gun is going out by the Ashe. She's going to be trying to do what she can. The Tristana is going to do what she wants to do as well, but it's going to fall because of it. And, you know, it was really unlucky. I didn't think there wasn't a, was he on a ward? Was it maybe a plant that got him, like that caught him out?
No,
or was it the hook?
So what happened there is like it looked like the bot side for the Apes Together Strong didn't hit level 2 after 9 minions for whatever reason. Maybe they missed one or walked out of range, or their leash went too long. But they went in for a level 2 all in, and then wert level 2, and the others on the other side, Rad sitting there like, all right, let's just run him down, boys. And then the Thresh giving his vision away in the bush by hooking, of course. Initiate coming in.
And then all in actually going in. They might be able to kill the Zyra with the last tick of the bomb. It does not. Here comes Xin Zhao. He's going to knock up the Ashe and get the kill. And solo over for him as well.
Big ol' solo bolo in the gank there for the Zen.
Very big, strong.
Yeah, and as we look across the map, we do see this Urgot getting a lot of advantage in onto the Volibear in the top side here. Volley starting Dorn's ring. Not the weirdest thing in the world. He has okay AP ratios early game. He doesn't mind getting the AP ratio from that. Still gives him the 80 on hit. And more importantly, it gives him mana to be able to poke. Urgot playing this lane really, really well. Getting out from under turret there and baiting volley in at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Ansem on Urgot's been playing pretty well against this Volibear. Honestly, I would personally think the Volibear is match favored in this situation, but Ansem's playing this out really well. But as I was saying that, Volibear just goes all in and takes the Urgot out.
Yeah.
Is that Caster's Curse? I was just talking about this.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Otherwise, we will see that should turn the top lane a little bit here. We will see both top laners backing and buying defensive items quickly. The Ninja Tab I picked up for the Volley Bear, so he can just sprint at the Urgot with impunity, and the Bramble Vest from the side of Urgot, just trying to reduce the healing from Volley Bear a little bit. I'm a little bit worried having boots Tuda and no boots in the top side. The Volley Bear might be able to just run the Urgot down if Urgot is ever forced in front of the red turret.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I don't expect to see too much happening without unforced errors up in the top side or ganks. Speaking of ganks, in the bot side.
TP coming in from the Volley Bear is going to get the stun on the Zyra. Xin Zhao is going to be going in with an EQ combo. WEQ, I suppose, there. And then they're going to be picking up that dragon as well. So really good deep ward by Apes Together Strong. And it made a very nice opportunity for them as well.
Yeah, big TP there. Really good call from Slavic Goon there. Picking up the dragon and picking up a kill in the process and setting this bot lane even farther behind. We just do see Ashe sitting only on 20 CS at 6 minutes now. That's going to be very annoying to complete her core items in the process. Mid lane, uneventful. And unsurprisingly so. I don't think anything's going to happen there for a hot minute. Feels Vladimir, man.
It's farming,
maybe,
you know?
Yeah, farming. Vladimir's just walking up, casting all of his abilities on the wave, and Lysandra's like, well, I guess I can't stop you. I poke you. It's like, I heal for half my HP.
Rinse and repeat for the next 20 minutes.
It blows my mind that Vladimir's can get away with this without going Dorn's shield or Dorn's ring. Or why can they do this with Darkseal? It hurts me on the inside. Alright, so looking at going into early mid transition here, right? We've seen the first dragon be picked up for the side of Apes Together Strong, and we do see a small gold advantage, however, coming out to the side of RADD, probably based off of those early kills of bot lane and some CS advantages in top and jungle right now. Well, but we see
the hook lands, and he goes in for the combo as well, and is immediately exploded by the engage from Tristana.
Yeah, and that's the danger of this Thresh into the Zyra there. If you're not absolutely on point with the Zyra plants blocking the hooks, you are just going to die immediately after getting any CC effect put on you, especially with the
tower dive, actually top side. They negate the turret, and they go in and get that clean kill onto his Urgot. Kill's actually going to be rewarded over to Xin Zhao, so he's pretty happy, but you would like to see it on Volley Bear there, I would imagine.
Yeah, the kill onto either there is going to be okay. Xin can actually snowball pretty effectively here. Looking to probably be going for an Eclipse. That tends to be the normal Xin item right now, especially for solo queue. And just getting more gold on the Xin's always going to let him snowball pretty fast right here. And when you have the snowballing Xin, he's just going to walk up to pretty much everyone on the other side of RADD except for maybe the Skarner and just blow them up immediately. It's going to be really annoying to team fight into that too.
Yeah, I haven't seen many Skarner ganks, but he's hit level 6 recently, so I'm expecting to see a little bit more of a presence from him now. As we see that, the Rift Herald fight is going to occur. Xin Zhao is going to fall. Here comes the Vladimir going onto Lysandra, but it's not going to be enough and doesn't do enough DPS to take her out. Urgot's going to land the ulti and is going to eat him away.
Yeah, big 2-for-0 fight coming in there for the side of RADD. But we do see another engage coming in onto the Skarner. Volley Bear looking to see if he can pick it up. But Volley's just going to walk that one out of there with his little scorpion butt.
No, yeah, very good. Good job for the Apes Together Strong to be able to pick up the Rift Herald, but then the immediate response from RADD was even better as they got 2 free kills off of that.
Yeah, good engage coming in from the Lysandra there, just getting the Xin Zhao blown up immediately. Big shutdown, gank to the bot side.
Yeah, the Tristana's going to be going in. Unfortunately, they weren't able to land any abilities onto them, and Ashe is going to be able to escape with that. They do have to blow Flash, so that's something worth noting, as Dragon's going to be coming up for another in 1 minute and about 20 seconds, roughly. And so the next team fight, Ash without a Flash is going to be leaving her very vulnerable to any sorts of engages from the Xin Zhao or from the Volibear.
Yeah, quick fingers coming out on the Ashe there. Manages to get the ulti off and flash out of the CC effects before she gets tagged by anything, resulting in a just flash trade in the bot side. And just honestly really good play. Surprising to see that level of reaction speed in these lower elo games where you normally reserve those for like the Ionia division and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
As I was trying to say about, 10 minutes ago now, scaling into mid-game here, looking at these team fights. Around this next dragon, it'll be interesting to see if both teams end up showing up. If they do, we do see the Rift Herald still available on the Xin Zhao on the side of Apes Together Strong. That could be used to make an odd man advantage on the map somewhere, either getting free turrets and turret plates, or just forcing the dragon to be a 4 versus 5 if it was wanted to be contested. Dragon, as you said, spawning now in 5 seconds. If we start seeing a fight here, I think it'll just come down to, well, I think it'll be pretty favored for Apes Together Strong, just because of the Xin Zhao being very far ahead.
Yeah, Xin Zhao's ganks have been rewarding him immensely in the early stages of the game, so I expect that there's... I don't really want to see a fight from RADD. Mainly, I want to see them scale a little bit more and then fight for the third one, but Apes Together Strong are looking for no chances for worries here as they land the hook onto Lissandra. They go in for the all-in. Lissandra does land her ulti. She's going to try and escape. She does go over to her team. Surprised that she actually got out of that one. And the Ashe and the Zyra are going to do what they do best. Here comes the Volibear as he all-ins onto the Ashe, but is immediately going to be blown up. And then the engage from the Xin Zhao in the backline as they go in to try to get their backlines there. Tristana's jumping in, but is not able to do enough DPS to take out the Zyra. They do take out the Ashe, and the Vladimir is on the hunt for the plant. Big team fight there, and coming out in favor just because I feel like, wow. Oh, Xin Zhao. Oh, no. Oh, am I wrong? Oh, please, don't die here.
That's Smite down.
Yeah, that is Smite down.
Oh, Ansem,
and
no.
here comes
Ansem,
no. Oh, no!
The Rift Herald's also coming to hit plant. Oh
The
no,
TP!
the TP saving the plant!
Come on! Lissandra's here! I don't know, man. I was gonna say...
Hit the dragon!
No,
Dragon's
no!
resetting.
Zyra,
Go
no!
back.
No, go back! Hit it! Oh, no! Tristana!
And the dragon goes
travesty!
over to RADD.
Okay, so what I was trying to say while all of that occurred was I was going to say that it was going to be in favor of Apes Together Strong because they still had their jungler and they were going to be able to get the dragon off of that. But after a very poor turn of events and unfortunate circumstances, we just saw the immediate reaction coming in from the side of RADD, and they are going to potentially kill Ashe here. No, okay. It was close. It was close.
I think
Good
there was
push
an
up.
angle there.
Yeah.
I think Thresh could have gone in and tanked a few turret shots, and Triss would have been able to finish it off with the help of Lantern. Another engage coming in the top side. Don't think anyone's going to die from it.
No, big boys hitting big things, and then gonna walk away.
Yeah, I lost track of what ended up happening in the bot side there. I think it was a 5 for 3 at the end of the day, but the dragon did go over to RADD losing the 5 there. So lose for everyone, or like
Yes.
a heck of a fight coming in there. We see Vladimir's becoming increasingly
flash
aggressive.
engage
Flash
from the
bot.
Thresh, and here comes the Tristana, but is immediately caught by the Skarner, waiting for her in his little bug arms. Now, they're going to try and get Ashe here. It's not going to be happening, as they are going to give the kill over to Batman. Here comes Xin Zhao. Don't go in, Xin Zhao. Oh, no. No, maybe he might be able to get something. He does get that. Oh, wow, he gets the 2! Let's go, Xin Zhao. Come on, can you get the 3? I don't believe so. He gets his shield. Oh, my word! Eclipse kicks in, and the triple kill over to Xin Zhao. What a play. Here comes Lissandra. Do it again! Do it again, baby! Maybe Quadra? No, no
Oh,
Quadra.
running out of mana. Not a happy man right there. Yeah,
No.
that's Xin Zhao now at 8-1 for the side of Apes Together Strong. Snowballing. At this point, it's not so much a snowball as it is an avalanche with a bunch of ice in the middle of it. Xin Zhao's
It's
gonna
true.
hit just about as hard.
Does he have all the gold on his team? Is he the one holding all of it? Mainly, yeah. He has around
Yeah,
like
more or less.
7K. Yeah.
I'd argue he's also holding most of the gold in this game.
I agree.
About 2,000 gold ahead of the next player in the server right now. And looking to keep this snowball rolling downhill here. Looking to carry his team to an early victory, hopefully, before his champion starts falling off too hard. But that said, there is still a lot of CC on the side of RAD. They do have the Skarner ult, the Lissandra ult, the Ashe ult, Zyra's everything, Urgot's annoying. So if you're not seeing a QSS picked up for this Xin Zhao, I will be a little bit worried.
I think Urgot wins these. Okay, I think the Volibear figured that out and walked away, but they all in from the bot lane. The Zyra ulti, the Ashe ulti, and here comes the engage from the Volibear. Oh, and it's going to be really low mana on the Urgot. I don't think he's going to be able to kill the Volibear as he's just going to be able to heal up really fast, but we do get the kill on Thresh, so that's going to be a win for RAD.
Thresh stepping up a little bit too far there, getting caught out by the grasping vines from the Zyra. And yeah, will give his life over there. Tristan, a valiant effort jumping in for the heal, but not quite enough to get him out when combined with the Ashe ult and that long-range damage. Now we see a second Rift Herald being started up for the side of Apes Together Strong here, looking to knock down perhaps this mid-tier 1, open up the map a little bit. Can be pretty difficult to siege into comps like this between the Zyra, the Ashe, and the Lissandra for wave clear poke and pick engages. Currently Xin Zhao just clearing out some wards on top river.
So we recently saw the fight over for Cloud Soul here, and we're gonna see Xin Zhao possibly overextend and might fall for that. He is gonna be caught by the Skarner, but is immediately gonna be taken away. Vladimir's in an awkward spot. He's going to have to get out of that, and this is not what you want to see right before a big dragon fight, but you see a nice Thresh hook as he's going to pick that one up. Here comes the Urgot, though. He's going to get a beautiful double kill, and you're going to be super happy if you are RAD.
Absolutely. The kills coming out there are really important. Unfortunately, not able to pick up the kill onto the Xin Zhao when they wasted so much CC on that at the beginning, but picking up the Vladimir, who's a little bit overextended. Thresh going in to try and save it. Still a man advantage going into this dragon spawn here. Third dragon of the game will be picked up for RAD, leading one dragon ahead now, so long as I don't even know what could possibly steal this. You see the Rift Herald being dropped mid lane, though. This should be able to break down this mid-tier 1 here.
Yeah, getting that turret, but it's getting the turret's nice. It's going to be a good response to the dragon, but unfortunately they won't be able to get that second proc off.
I think he can be happy here as the side of Apes Together Strong, just opening up the map a little bit. We see another engage coming in. Thresh caught out again.
Yeah. Is he gonna? He should be able to escape from this one, though, I feel. Here comes the Volibear from over the wall. He's going to go in, all in for the Lissandra, but it's going to be punished because of it. The Urgot ulti does miss. And Volibear's also going to have to live there. I'm not sure if it was necessary to ult over the wall to save your friend, but it's a real Chad move.
I would have been really interested to see if Volibear had ulted over the wall there and then sprinted onto a lantern left behind by the Thresh. But as it is, just going in, burning the flash to ensure the Thresh's survival. And we should see that Summoner spell up after the next dragon, but before anything else of relevance happens in this game, probably. Just a few more skirmishes between now and then, I'd imagine. All right, so let's actually talk about team comps and itemization. Going into the rest of the game, there, as I've mentioned before, RAD does have a lot of CC on their side and can be really difficult, but an engage coming in on the top side.
Yeah, they're gonna be locking down the volley bear, getting an ulti. Oh my word, the CC, the Zyra. Oh no, volley is not moving. That bear is frozen solid in the ice.
That looks like a bear trap to me. Hey!
Got him. Thresh is gonna
Zyra
be
getting
landing
hooked
his
up the
ult.
top side, though.
Yeah, but Tristana's gonna be around the corner. Skarner's gonna immediately stun that, and Zhao is just there as well. Thresh falling really low there. I don't think they're gonna be doing much follow-up after that situation.
Now Urgot trying to engage on the Vladimir, but Vladimir's like, no,
Ooh,
I
Vladimir
killed.
might win
I
here.
smacked.
Yeah, Vladimir is going to dodge the ulti. He's going to get the Proto Belt in, and he's going to press Q one last time as he gets a shutdown onto the Urgot. That's going to be really nice for him, getting that. What was that gold?
The CC profile on the side of RAD is going to be really annoying for champions like Xin Zhao and Vladimir to fight into, because it's all point and click CC, right? Between the Lissandra ulti and the Skarner ulti. The Vladimir can't pull the CC, he can't actually outplay any of it. So without a QSS coming out from either side for the Xin Zhao or for the Vladimir here, it should be enough to just be able to one-shot many of these targets between the Skarner ult, Lissandra ulti, and then the Urgot ulti even following up, just making sure any of the tankier targets will fall quickly. On the side of Apes Together Strong, aside from QSSs, I'd really like to see... Well, actually, that's probably it. I can't really complain about anything else. Tristana picking up the early Lord Dominics. So she should be scaling really well damage-wise into this game. Probably an Infinity Edge coming out, third item here as well. Should be able to deal with the chonkiness of the front line of the Urgot and Skarner pretty well with that build. Urgot 2 going for the Titanic Hydra Rush, waiting to finish his assumed Stride Breaker as his mythic of choice here. It'll be interesting to see that happen, and the Scuttle Crab is picked up for the side of Apes Together Strong, leading on into this dragon fight. Ash Arrow coming out, connecting onto the Zinzao, flashed in on by the Urgot, gonna pick up the kill for free there. Now it's no jungler 4 versus 5 on the map going into this dragon spawn in 35 seconds. The Zinzao will be alive when it spawns, but he won't be able to get here in time. It will be interesting to see if Apes Together Strong continues to try and fight for this dragon, or they let RAD get to Soul Point coming into this dragon fight. We do see priority being gained by the Vladimir and the Volley Bear in the mid lane for the side of Apes Together Strong, pushing and trying to see if they can draw someone away from this dragon pit, and they might be able to connect. Lissandra now in the mid lane dealing with the Vladimir, but Vladimir doesn't care anymore. Vladimir going in, but Lissandra flashing and stunning him! Gets him under the turret! That's a shutdown for the Lissandra now onto the dragon. Ashe and Skarner will be able to pick up the dragon, but they even pick up the kill in the mid lane in the 1v1. Great play coming out of Disco in the mid lane on that Lissandra, picking up that solo kill onto Vladimir under the turret. Definitely not something you expect to see. I'm trying to figure out if we need to fix the mic. Do we have to fix the mic? All right, we're going to go for a quick pause while we fix our co-caster's mic. We'll be back in just a second.
Hello? Hello? Sorry about the pause there, folks. We will be right back now. So on 3, Hunter. 1, 2, 3.
All right, and as we get back into game there, we do see Soul Point being picked up for the side of RADD, leading them to a pretty strong advantage in this game. Not much in the gold graph, but with the team fight pressure and what I think is going to be the stronger team fight comp until that Vladimir really gets online. They should be looking to secure this early Mountain Soul, looking at about 28 minutes for that one. And try and snowball that into a victory before this Vladimir becomes too oppressive.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's probably you'd like to see it. It's gonna be definitely a win con for them. With the gold being so close, it could be anyone's game going into the later portions. Especially when you have Vladimir on the other side there as well, which is such a late game champion. And while I'm talking as well, we did see the all-in and the Xin Zhao getting caught out by the Skarner and Lissandra, going to be locked down and set straight there. So having Mountain Soul on RADD here is going to be really helpful for them, and is going to offer them a lot more opportunity in the later stages of this game.
And to borrow a phrase, but we see another fight starting as I say that. Skarner looking to get the engage on the Tristana there, but no ulti available after the kill on Xin Zhao just prior. To borrow a phrase, any QSS gamers, I really would like to see QSS has come out from the side here. We see Trish flashing the wall.
Yeah, she is going to get that, but it's going to be caught up by the Zyra plants. Asher's going to be going in, flashing in, getting that kill onto the Tristana. The Vladimir is going to be going in on a 3v1 there, but it's not sure if it's going to be enough. It is going to be enough. Is he going to be able to escape, though? He takes the Thresh Lantern. Here comes the Urgot from the side lane. He's going to be going onto the Thresh. He's going to be eaten up by the Urgot belly. And,
get in my belly.
Yeah, and there goes the Skarner. He's going to be able to pick off that Xin Zhao once more as soon as he came back, and then Volibear's going to fall shortly after. Maybe not, actually. Volibear lives.
Volibear does just squeak away at the end there, but Xin Zhao being caught out 2 times in a row by the Skarner ulti, and not a lot he can do with such a squishy build, coming right into the burst damage out of this Lissandra. Lissandra going for the Leandries into our Horizon focus next item, it looks like. Just looking to burst people down instantly, not even going for the Zonias, which is the normal tech that you would see from Lissandra in a game like this. Looking to maybe go into it now with the pickup of that stopwatch.
Yeah. Now for Baron here, how are you feeling? Like, who do you think's going to be taking the first Baron of the game?
Well, I think that's going to come down to how these teams decide to play it out. I think if we were assuming perfect play from both sides right now, the advantage lays squarely on the side of RADD, because anyone who gets within range of Skarner is going to die right now. And the tax has not been paid. As we're going to see again here, Vladimir getting rooted up and going into pool. I'm surprised to see the Skarner not just waiting on top of him for the ulti, but it does not matter at the end of the day. 1 minute and 15 seconds until this 5th dragon spawns. Soul Point for RADD currently looking to lock it up with the Mountain Soul.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. They see a potential fight to happen mid lane. They aren't able to grab anything of that, though. So if you were Apes Together Strong, what's the game plan? What's the comms looking like?
My comms right now is like stop NA ramming, send the Volibear top lane and the Vladimir bot lane, or vice versa. Looking in the fight though now onto the Ansem.
Big
on
fight
the
happening. TP coming in from the Sandra. She's going to get a nice double kill onto the Tristana, onto the Thresh, and in the side lane we got the Urgot onto the Vladimir, and an all-around ace quadra kill going over to Lissandra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Thralls do their work there. Lysandra gets a little bit too far ahead and just nukes the entire team at once. I might have to look into this champion a little bit more because I'm not sure it's supposed to do that much damage. Um, yeah, moving on into this now, that's going to be the inhib picked up here. Dragon spawning in 6 seconds. You see the Skarner already hedging towards it. Should be a Mountain Soul for the side of Rad coming in and picking that up. Baron should be on the table next. You asked me just a minute ago who I think is going to get Baron in this game and what it's going to look like. I think it's just Mountain Soul. Get some vision control around that Baron and brute force it at this point, because if you walk up at all, Lysandra and Skarner is going to come sprinting at you going woo-loo-loo, and you're just going to explode.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Now, Souls has occurred. Baron is soon after. It feels as though that there's no coming back for the side of Apes Together Strong. Do you feel like if late game Vladimir exists, is he going to be able to change the course of this match?
I think 3.5 item Vladimir will be fine. I think 4.5 Vladimir item will be fine. But until you really get there, it's going to be hard. You need the QSS on him. No one can solo carry this game while the Skarner exists without QSSs.
Ooh, big
we
damage.
see again here that
wow,
the Zyra just one-shotting.
Zyra support taking out the ADC. You love to see it. Lysandra going over the wall, trying to capture that Thresh, and they do pick that one off as well. They are going to be able to take their entire jungle and the Baron because of this as well. I think Lysandra's just kind of sitting back and waiting for someone to overstep, as she might be able to get a sneaky beaky behind the scenes all in.
Yeah, we do see an engage coming in on the bot side. Lysandra looking at the Xin Zhao in the top jungle at the same time. Oh, and
she found him.
And he's dead.
And he's dead. Oh, he's not dead.
Ooh,
oh. Wait a minute.
Wait
a minute. He's dead. We got him. We got him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a quick look at Lysandra at some point, because this is pretty impressive right now. Very, very far ahead at this point, of course, the 9, 1, and 7. Leandri's with the Horizon focus, with this Magi Soul Stealer even picked up at this point. Now onto the bot side. Urgot onto the Bear. The Bear does not have ulti.
Yeah, Bear no ulti. Bear no flash. Bear go down. Sad Bear. Lysandra's looking at Vladimir. Oh, but they're looking for an all-in as well. The Tristan's going to try and get to the Ashe, but he's not going to be able to do enough damage to do that. And Skarner picks off the Vladimir, and the Vladimir's going to heal, but it's going to get ulted by Lysandra, and then CC down with Skarner.
I also think we're missing a few Merc treads at this point. At this point, I'm just like, all right, well, this is too much.
Pay your tax.
Yeah. We need to pay a little bit of tax on the mid side of the map. Like, come on, guys. We're against Skarner, Lysandra, Ashe. Let's get some QSSs or some tenacity or cleanse or.
He's dead.
Well, he's dead. He was 8-3. I think he was 8-1, in fact, at one point, perhaps. But
he will get no more kills after 8.
Cannot deal with the gameplay buttons that are Skarner R and Lysandra point and click CC.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
yeah, so game 1 goes to Rad. Pretty convincing on the back half of that game there. Once the Lysandra got rolling, she did not stop closing out the game with 25 stack Magi's and nearly at her next item, 2,000 gold in inventory too. We said earlier that Xin Zhao was 2,000 gold ahead of everyone in the game. Well, Lysandra finishes this game 1,600 gold ahead of Xin Zhao, and Xin Zhao was still the second most fed person in this entire game. Moving into the Ace MVP, Ryder, do you have any opinions?
For me, I want to. Well, I'm definitely gonna give my ace to Xin Zhao. That's for sure. As for MVP, it's kind of a toss-up for me because it really felt like a team dynamic there, and they really played really well around each other's champions. All right. So I would. I want to give it. I want to give it to Lysandra, mainly because she just walked around with Skarner and just kind of said, "Yeah, He's dead. He's frozen. He's not moving. Hey, Skarner, get it. Go get it, Pikachu.
All
So
right, fair.
that's for
I
me.
think I'm gonna give this one convincingly to Disco on this Lissandra here. Very impressive play. Very very strong team fighting in general. A lot
Hmm.
of the kills definitely being picked up in conjunction with the Skarner picks. Just good rotations from the two of them in that case. But definitely these team fights very impressive coming out of Lissandra. Good engages, good survivability, looking for the right picks and ulting the right targets. That means yourself 90% of the time, guys, by the way. Um and
True.
yeah, and I agree for sure on the Zinzao on the other side. Definitely the most impactful member of the side of Apes Together Strong in this first game. And it'll be interesting to see what they're able to pull out going into our second match.
Yeah, so let's take a quick intermission and then we'll be back in a couple minutes to see game two. Welcome back, Seal fans. We are here for game two of Apes Together Strong versus RADD. In game one, we saw a really great performance and great team synergy coming in from RADD with a lot of good calls leading into a slow but very decisive victory. Any major takeaways that you saw from the last game here, baby?
Yeah, absolutely. So coming out of the first game there, Rad's composition combined a lot of really good, strong team fight elements with solid pushing lanes. And despite the losing jungle matchup, and oh boy, was it losing early game, with the Xin Zhao picking up 8 early kills and off to a really, really good start. Just the lack of QSSs, the lack of tenacity out on the side of Apes Together Strong, I really feel led to their downfall. With the Lissandra Skarner combo and good supporting efforts coming in from the rest of the members of RAD, really putting them in the ground for the last half of that game. Coming into this next game, I hope to see maybe some pick ban changes, but mostly I'd like to see itemization changes or stronger emphasis on what they're actually going for in the team fight slash split pushing game plan.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. And without further ado, actually, let's quickly jump over and look at our picks and bans of this game. What are your thoughts on our game as a whole this time around?
Right. So as we look into pick bans here, we have Apes Together Strong on blue side and Rad on red side, swapping sides as normal going into our game 2 here. And we do see Apes Together Strong adapting their pick ban a little bit, taking out the Lissandra this time, making sure that they will not get run into the ground again by the Disco Lissandra. And then on the other side, we do see the Ash actually being taken away by Rad. They're interesting to see that happen after they had a reasonably successful game on it themselves. Apes Together Strong also adapting here with their first pick, picking up this Skarner, taking it away from Rad, saying, "We are the ones who pick. You will not be able to get away with not paying the QSS tax." But Rad has some interesting ideas about that themselves, picking up the Volley Bear uh, once again, or is Volley Bear swapping sides this time, making sure that they secured that as a power pick for either the top lane or the jungle, maybe the mid lane too, by the way. Um, and then the Senna. Senna is alluding here strongly to the Tom Kench that we do see picked up as Red 3. Apes Together Strong picking up the Varus here, really strong bot laner, good pick potential, good poke, good range, and good DPS depending on how you build him. And Vladimir again for the mid lane apes together strong. We saw the Vladimir be pretty strong and useful in the first game, but unfortunately definitely got outscaled by point and click CC a little bit. And then the Tom Catch being picked up for Rad. That is the QSS. He is just a QSS. It's great. You don't have to build a QSS if Tom Kench is in position around you and you're not diving too far ahead of him. The Tom Kench also is able to just build a QSS himself. That means you won't be able to CC him or take cleanse, perhaps, if you don't really care about getting Skarner ulted as the Tom Kench. You're saying, well, you're using it. I don't need to eat anyone anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. And then second round of bans here, we do see the Echo being banned from Apes Together Strong again, denying that as a strong mid lane pick, and Tristana as well, denying that from mid lane. And then on the side of Brad, denying top lane picks with the Aatrox Gnar ban. And the Urgot once again being locked in for the side of Rad, pretty much just puts the Volley Bear into the jungle with the Urgot on the top side. They could mix it up a little bit, have the Urgot jungle. I've seen that before, but probably not happening here. Braum and Mordekaiser picked up for the side of Apes Together Strong. Braum Varus lane into Tom Kench Senna. I don't like the Braum here. You're not really going to be blocking a whole lot of skill shots, and by not a whole lot, I mean nothing. I don't think there's a single skill shot you can block. Because Senna autos will go through Braum's shield because it is not a projectile. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And then Mordekaiser locked in the top side into Urgot. Be interesting to see how that matchup plays out. My intuition tells me that it should be Urgot favored because of ranged versus melee. But Mordekaiser does some weird stuff sometimes, and Urgot's pretty chunky, so it'll be pretty difficult to dodge that Death's Grasp coming out of the Mordekaiser. And then a Silas, last picked up for Rad here, going into Disco's hands, the carry of last game, matching up into the Vladimir. Silas has a very easy time into Vladimir early just because Vladimir can't do enough poke damage to push Silas out of lane, and Silas actually out lifesteals Vladimir until healing reduction is picked up by the Vlad. Silas himself can pick up healing reduction and help shut down the Vladimir as well. So it'll be really interesting to see what you can do with that advantageous matchup in the mid lane. And that's that. We'll cover pick ban team comps a little bit more as we get into game. Ryder, do you have any comments?
I mean, everything as a whole here, I like how they picked Skarner so they wouldn't get the have to pay the tax, and then they pick up Silas. Just be like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, I have it too! But
Yeah, absolutely there.
I really I like Apes Together Strong's team comp a little bit better personally. I feel like it has a more well-rounded kind of great early game, good mid game, and a really strong late game with the Vladimir, comparatively to the Rad sides there. But it could be totally different if we see Rad's laning performance like we saw last time around, with lane dominance and just oppression from them could lead them into a victory. But going into this game, I'm rooting for Apes Together Strong. That's for sure.
All right. Well, with that said, let's roll on into game.
Mm-hmm. Right on three. 1, 2, 3.
All right, and as we get into game here, taking a look at the keystones and summoner spells across the map, we do see Conqueror top lane versus Press the Attack again. Fairly normal up in the top side. Jungle again, we do see the Phase Rush versus Press the Attack on the Volley Bear. Normal there as well. Mid lane, normal. We got Conqueror, we got Phase Rush, vroom vroom. Now looking at the invade coming in here, not going to be able to pick anyone off. It'll be interesting to see if this turns into a fight, though. Currently 3v4, but Senna's a little bit caught out, and it'll be fine.
No one is punished today.
No one punished. Absolutely. Looking down into the bot side here, we see normal runes. We do see Varus picking up lethal tempo, which hints towards possibly an on-hit Varus or like a DPS Varus, which makes a lot of sense going into the enemy team being a bunch of bruisers. Not going to be able to get a lot of value out of poke Varus or lethality Varus here. And this is one of the things that makes Varus so powerful as an early pick in your draft. He can be one of the best poke mages / AD carries, whatever you want to call them in the game, if you want to build lethality, or he can just double as a budget Kog'Maw with better survivability in an Assault. So, at this point, the lethal tempo does definitely allude towards, though, the Kraken Slayer on hit attack speed DPS build. We'll see if that ends up being true. And then the Tahm Kench Senna. Senna is picking up Glacial, which means it's unlikely we'll see the tank Senna build this game. But it's not 100% for sure right now, and we'll see where that develops.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder, do you have any thoughts on these matchups going into this game?
Gonna be honestly a pretty lull state, I feel personally, for a lot of these matches. Mordekaiser into Urgot, unless Urgot's able to catch the Mordekaiser with an E, he might be able to win the trades. I think it's a little bit like you were saying in picks and bans, a little bit more Urgot favored just because of the range. And if Ansem knows how to use that accordingly, he should be able to punish off the Mordekaiser pretty well. Mid lane, yeah, same. It's gonna be pretty much farming. You play Silas a lot, actually. How is Silas's early and mid game? Is he like designed to be a late game champion, or is he designed to be a menace in this mid game?
Well, Silas right now, I'm being honest, he feels pretty weak. It'll be interesting to see what sort of build we see coming out of the side of Disco here. Right now, I've been really favoring going for the... still don't know what it's called. Whatever the thing that gives you true damage is. You want to help me out with that? What's the one that Mordekaiser builds? You play Mordekaiser.
It's a Riftmaker.
Thank you, Riftmaker. Yeah, Riftmaker has been feeling a lot better than any of the other typical Silas builds right now. I've been enjoying just the extra damage it gives you and the extra healing it gives you sort of offsets the healing reduction. Though I'm not really crazy about the doubling down on healing so that everyone who rushes healing reduction against you is good. But it has been doing a little bit better than Pew Pew Frozen Thing. I don't know what's been up with me recently. I'm going to be honest. I haven't remembered what mid lane items have been called other than Ludens and Leandries for like months. I don't know. It's very weird.
I like Pew Pew Frozen Thing. It's a
yeah. Yeah, it's the problem. I don't know why I can't like. I do this every time, and they're the only 2 items I build on Silas. So I don't know why I can't remember them. And I have this conversation a lot because I talk to people about Silas builds more than enough. But Engage coming into the bot
Engage
side
happening
here.
in the bot side. Volibear is going to be flashing in, but immediately going to be caught out here. And the Senna and the Tom Kench are here to save the day, but he was spit out, but not over the wall. First blood going over to the Bears, and then the Bears actually picking up a double kill, going to be picking off that Tom Kench as well as the volley, and the Senna is only going to get out with one of those kills.
Yeah, still Senna getting the kill back. Pretty fortunate for her being able to make it in and weave that auto attack through. Now on the top side here, Ansem going pretty low on this Urgot. Going to look to want to TP back in here. No mana, very low HP. Meanwhile, mid lane Silas is just smacking stuff. Once he gets his first back in, it'll be a little bit more favorable there just because he's running low on mana. We do see the Dark Seal start actually for Silas, which is very interesting. Not something you see very often.
Yeah,
Since, he has a
who
tendency to run out of...
out-sustains? The Vladimir or the Silas? They're both healing champions.
It comes down to mana pool. Like in a straight up fight, the Vladimir will not sustain as much as the Silas until pretty high CDR thresholds are met by him. And most of the time, it just means that Vladimir kills Silas because Vladimir does 3,000 damage with 2 abilities. Otherwise, though, the Silas will have a pretty big advantage there going into mid-game until the numbers start really popping off.
Yeah.
Otherwise, across the map, aside from in mid lane, where I don't expect too much to be happening, we do see jungles clearing. We do see actually exactly even farm pretty much in the junglers here. So both teams doing a good job of killing their camps thus far. Skarner is a little bit farther ahead in where he is on the map, but is going to be a camp behind at the end of it all.
It looks like we might see an all-in happening in the bot lane, but Tom Kench is just going to negate everything about that. Are we going to get another re-engage? Possibly here, actually. They get the 1 proc of the Tom Kench Piranha, but not able to get all 3 to really punish the Braum for overextending there.
Absolutely, another engage coming in on this top side, though.
Yeah, here we go. There's going to be the Smackfest. The ulti is going out for the Mordekaiser for the Urgot. He might be able to kill Urgot, and 1 more auto attack should do it. He's immediately out of the Death Realm and is met by Volibear, but Volibear will not want to fight that as Mordekaiser has stolen the stats of Ansem.
Yeah, the Urgot just falling a little bit too quickly there for the Volibear to ride in on his Shining Bear and save him.
Oh yeah?
He is the bear, of course.
He's aware. He's an aware bear.
So spooky. Spooky bears.
Now, we're going to probably see...
Where he could see a little bit better.
Just a tiny bit, not too much though.
They call him Aware Bear.
Aware. See, I feel like Batman needs to play Volibear bot lane now. Just do that. If only there was a Batman Volibear skin. And the dragon's being taken as well, going over to the side of Apes Together Strong. You love to see it. And I want to actually quickly talk about our top lane here. We were talking and saying how it was going to be Urgot favored, but Mordekaiser has been playing this lane out very well and very cleanly, and even able to get a solo kill onto the Urgot. How do you feel the rest of the lane is going to be going after seeing that occur?
Well, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Mordekaiser has to hit skill shots. If Mordekaiser can't hit Death's Grasp and can't get into range to hit his Q, ISO, or stack his passive and remain in range for his passive, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how fed that Mordekaiser is. If he can't hit the abilities, he can't kill the Urgot. So it's going to come down to skills still, I'd imagine. The Urgot's still going to be favored in the fact that he's the one who has to get hit by skill shots to lose. But that said, I think it's going to be pretty Mordekaiser favored just because it's difficult to dodge those skill shots while you're last hitting.
Yep, very well said. And we're going to see actually a skirmish happen in the bot lane. They might even be able to get the stun off onto the Tom Kench, but he's able to walk away. and we might see a re-engage coming in from the Senna, doing a lot of poke damage back. But honestly, Tom Kench Senna is still really healthy, and no matter the engage, they were able to kite back and win that trade overall.
Yeah, we have to be really careful here as Apes Together Strong in the spot lane. You're looking at perhaps just getting 2v2 killed at this point. There's not a lot you're going to be able to do sitting down here right now. Is that a full upgrade for this? No, it's not. Okay. I thought that was full upgrade for Braum coming in at 9 minutes. I'm like, that's not possible.
If only. If only. You want to see it. You hope.
I don't get mine till 27 minutes half the time because I'm never in lane.
Well, that's
so
a you
like,
problem.
there's no way you're getting it at 9.
That sounds like a you issue.
Wow. Sometimes it's a me issue. Sometimes it's someone else's issue.
Now, let's talk about dragons. We're going to see our second dragon is going to be an Infernal. Who do you like to see, and what do you want to see from both teams on regards to dragon control in the next couple minutes?
Well, it's a little bit odd here, right? Because the Vladimir is so disadvantaged early game in these team fights compared to the Silas, who's going to be spiking pretty hard right about now with these 3 starting items picked up. Level 8 almost got maxed out. W here is going to be super hard to kill. No healing reduction, by the way, coming out of the side of Apes Together Strong early. So the Silas should just be able to monster on these team fights. But, and
Gunner flashing in. He's going to get the ulti. He's going to be in a lot of danger here. Here comes the Varus. He's going to get the ulti off as well, and then is going to be able to pick off the kill onto Silas.
Well, when you send 4 people mid lane, you flash Skarner ult, Varus ulti, and Vladimir ulti, and you get the kill.
Yeah, hope that
Dragon's not up for a minute and a half, so that's just a waste of a bunch of cooldowns for 300 gold. So, next dragon coming. I still expect it to go to the side of RADD. We will see a bunch of turret plates, however, going down to the side of this Vladimir here.
Yeah, and then the traditional trading into the bot lane there, they are going to pick up, I think, that was about 4 turret plates, actually, for the Skarner. I'm not sure if Vladimir got the 4th one, but a lot of gold going over to him.
Yeah, really big influx of gold there. Skarner should be able to pick up his booties there, and Vladimir getting very close to his mythic as well at the same time.
Yeah, so Dragon coming up in about 1 minute, and actually, as we're talking, here comes a Death Realm fight. Here goes the Urgot. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to live. Absolutely not. Is going to flash the Q, so maybe he gets out of Death Realm, but is he going to be able to survive afterwards? No, he is not, and he is solo killed once again by the Mordekaiser. All in from the Braum is going to be going onto the Senna. Varus is going to be flashed healing, and is going to try and see if they can get the stun up onto Senna, but it's not going to be enough. Braum's going to have to flash back, and the Varus is now in danger. The Varus gets shut down. Here comes Skarner. Here comes the TP. The Skarner is going to be able to go on to this Tom Kench, but here comes Silas going to be picking off these kills. Here comes another TP on the blue side. 2 of them coming down. They're going to have to disengage, but here comes the Mordekaiser. He is going to be eaten by the Tom Kench and saved. But are they going to go in for another engage? There's another TP, and they're going to try and catch this Tom Kench. They are going to pick that one off. It's going over to Vladimir, and now the Urgot's going to go in. He is going to be ulting. He's going to be not able to pick anyone off there, but then they are going to get the shutdown onto the Mordekaiser. They're going to be looking for more, baby. They're going to get that Senna. Is it going to be the last kill going over to Vlad? But it's going to go over to Skarner. That escalated very fast.
Yeah, that team fight was a bit of a... I've seen some Chinese League of Legends memes where one person continuously TPs in with a slightly bigger body size for about 5 minutes, and that's what that team fight looked like to me. It looked like, aha, I've got you. No, 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 no. Call an ambulance, but not for me, but not for me either. And then it kept escalating. Both teams sending TPs in sporadically and in what seemed to be perfectly choreographed sequence down to the bot lane. The advantage going over the side of Apes Together Strong at the end of the fight there. A little bit of a clown car of a team fight, but absolutely the advantage going over to their side. Dragon picked up as well, and a 2,000 gold lead going into this 15-minute mark.
Yeah, and Dragon, like you said, going over to Apes Together Strong. It's looking better and better as the lanes go on further and further. They're getting a sizable lead now. They're about a 2k gold difference, just under 2k rather. What are you expecting in the next stage of this game? Going into the mid half, what are we going to be happening here?
Well, with the Vladimir Silas, we talked a lot about this mid lane, but I think this mid lane is going to be really important when it comes to actual team fighting here. But we say that,
Yeah.
another engage coming in, Tom Kench isn't going to be able to find anything. We do talk a lot about this mid lane this game, but I do think it's going to be really important for how team fights play out, because Silas really needs to be able to hit his item spikes as he currently spits as a champion. And if he falls behind much at all, he's just completely worthless and won't do any damage. Sure, it's annoying, he heals a lot, but he's just like, imagine the most pathetic Renekton you've ever seen. Like, look at what's happening mid lane right now. He's like, aha, I heal for 400.
Here
It's
comes
like,
the Volibear all in,
100.
actually. He's going to be able to take off this kill as he takes down the Varus. Ulti going down onto the Braum. He's going to be able to take off this second kill, and great gank from the Volibear here.
Yeah. No, good gank coming into the bot side, and that's going to go a long way towards helping close this gold gap up a little bit. But yeah, the Silas definitely, if he doesn't have his items, he's going to do 0 damage. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to pick up some, perhaps shutdowns coming into the next few fights right before Vladimir spikes at all. Silas does also need to complete his mythic item to be able to get utility at least out of these coming team fights and more damage, and hopefully a pair of upgraded boots too before the next major conflict. On the other side, we do see the Vladimir getting very far ahead at this point. Got boots, got mythic, got gold in inventory. Only 400 less gold in inventory than the Silos. So, very far ahead right now. And in general, yeah, we're just going to be seeing, well, farming for a moment now. We're going to see if the junglers can pick up any ganks until this next dragon spawns in 2.5 minutes. Otherwise, I don't expect to see too much. There will be a Rift Herald spawn in 30 seconds, but unlikely that that'll be a large fight.
Nothing's going to compare to the bot lane fight.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, I see that Urgot actually paid his tax to Mordekaiser.
Now, Urgot is picking up the
Ooh,
QSS.
actually, as we say that, the Senna's going to get caught out in a bush and is going to be shut down, and the kill actually landing over to the Varus. That's going to be really nice for him.
Yeah, Varus repping 420 right now, is going the on-hit build, as we mentioned before, going for the DPS. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage if he's protected adequately going into the rest of this game here. And that'll pretty much just fall down to the side of this Braum Zingdi and stand in front of him and hit things with auto attacks, because Unbreakable does nothing this game. Unlucky.
Feels bad.
Oh, you know what? It blocks Senna ulti, because Senna ulti is actually technically a projectile.
Oh, okay. Does it stop her Q?
No. But it does stop her ulti, because it is technically a projectile. If you look at Senna ulti, there's technically a wave that travels through its entire length. And you can wind wall it, you can Brahmi it, I assume, since you can wind wall it. You can you can Samira W it.
Oh,
Lots of janky stuff you can do.
Looks like they're going to be picking up this top side. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna drop it down onto this top tier 1, pick that up, open up the map a little bit, give Slavic Goon a little bit more room to wiggle with his advantage in this top side. Tom Kench walking into the bush, getting a bit too close, but will not see anything come of it at the end.
Shelly not going to be able to get that second proc off, and we have Dragon in about 18 seconds, so we want to see a fast rotation from both teams to get down there. Mainly from RAD here. You really want to get this next Dragon. You don't want to have them on Soul Point.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's Mountain Soul, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, Mountain Soul second time in a row. As a quick stack check for Senna, we do see her sitting at 72 stacks with the Rage Knife picked up. Really strong right now, the Senna. Looking at this Varus here, a lot of range, but the Volibear getting chunked out.
Really wants that ward. And almost dies for it. Now he has to back, because there's going to be a major team fight occurring for this Dragon here. that's not something you really want to see. They get the Senna ulti, the Skarner ulti onto the Senna, and they are going to be taking that one out. The Mordekaiser's going to be ulting the Volibear, and he's going to be brought out as well. The Urgot's going to get in the back lane, take out that Braum. He's going to be trying to see if he can grab Varus. He's going to be able to pick that one off. Mordekaiser also on the other sideline going to be taking out the Sylas there. He's going to need to come back around to hopefully kill off the Urgot. He finds it, gets a bing, bank, boom, and smacks him on the head. And now they are going to be able to take Soul Point because of this.
Another successful team fight coming out of the side of Apes Together Strong. They're a little bit disjointed coming out from RADD. The Urgot not there at the start of the fight is able to snipe the Braum with his ulti on the back end, but not getting any CC out of it and hardly getting any extra damage out of it too. May as well have just been a Lux Q or a Varus Q or any other poke ability there. Otherwise, yes, just disjointed 4 versus 5 at the start. There's Senna getting caught out by the Flash Skarner. Everyone else on her team specking into QSSs except for her and Sylas, and those are the 2 best targets.
Feels bad.
This is maybe the opposite of the issue that we talked about before, where I think this is over-specking into QSSs. I understand it for the point of the Urgot so that he does not die to the Mordekaiser ultis when 1v1 in the side lane. That makes a lot of sense to me. But for the Volibear here, who cares? Who cares if you get Skarner ultied? You're Volibear.
You almost want to be Skarner ultied.
It was ideal. Unfortunately, this isn't Dota. You can't give items to other people. Yes, I know you can't give completed items to other people. But, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to transfer those items over onto these carries here. The Senna is still lacking.
Yeah.
Tom Kench not standing next to her. Tom Kench really needs to be standing next to her. It's okay if Senna doesn't build one just because of the Tom Kench.
Oh, they found the Volibear. They were sitting on bush for quite some time, you know, cooking some marshmallows. Ulti onto the Volibear. The Volibear is going to flash away.
Yeah, and then starting up this Baron here, 21 minutes on the clock, but a ward in the back of the pit has not been properly swept out. Volibear not even that chunked out anymore, regenning his HP with those refillable pots.
He has ulti. We might be looking at a steal here. So they do get the TP in. There's the Senna in the backline. Tom Kench is fronting on the enemy team. Mordekaiser's there attacking the Baron pit. Now we're going to see a team fight occur. Volibear ulting over the wall. They're going to be looking for this. They're going to be going on to the Baron. Who's going to get the smite fight 50-50? And it's going to be Skarner as he gets ulted into the Shadow Realm, but the Volibear's going to have to QSS out of that one as well. But there's going to be a ton of kills on the other side as well as they take out the entire RADD team except for Senna. She's running for her life. She will escape though as they won't chase too hard. But a big win for Apes Together Strong.
Yeah, another big win coming out there, and I will say the one good use of QSS this game is the 2 suppressions keeping Volibear from being able to smite Baron. Unfortunately, it does not pay off this time. That 1,300 gold for the QSS will not net you a free 50-50 Baron here, as it will go over to the side of Apes Together Strong. 4 Barons now on the map for them, only Braum falling, I believe, or rather, only Vladimir falling in that team fight. Mid tier 2 falling, now top tier 2 looking to do the same, as the map advantage is being very quickly snowballed by Apes Together Strong here and looking to snowball this into a sub 30-minute win likely, with this Dragon Soul spawning in a minute and a half.
Yeah, they're going to have that Baron for that. That's going to give them additional 30 AP and AD for that next team fight. I'm not sure if they need it, but you know, it helps.
Yeah, and just the amount of pressure you're going to be able to get on the map, all the waves should be pushed in going into this Dragon. You'll have Vladimir TP. Vladimir can be on the top side matching this Urgot. And by matching, I mean probably destroying this Urgot at this point. Vladimir's very strong, got a bunch of items, and Urgot is not. He's very not strong. He is doing his best.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I really feel about the full build Titanic Hydra on Urgot. He did this last game as well, but because of the recent nerf, it made it really hard and took away a lot of the damage.
I'm gonna be honest, I think it's terrible, but yeah. I'm also not an Urgot player. I could ask the Cheese Blaze, and I'm sure he'll tell me it's wrong. But
It's just like of the recent nerfs there and how it all played out. But we actually have a team fight, actually. Let's put that on pause as they go in for an all-in. The Volley Bear is going to be eaten up by the Tom Kench, but it does not matter as the Tom Kench is going to be murdered in cold blood. And now they're going to be Skarner ulting the Silas. He's going to die as well. Another big win for Apes Together Strong.
Yeah, a bit of a suicide pact coming out there.
Uh-oh.
As we look, Senna's just
Senna's dead.
Vladimir.
Yeah, and Varus gonna pick that one up with a Q, getting a nice triple kill there. They could probably take an inhibitor into a dragon. They have complete control of this map now, and they have complete control of the game and are dictating the outcome as time progresses.
Yes, sure.
Yes, those were words that I kept spitting out of my mouth.
That was a sentence.
Yep.
And I'm sure it meant something.
It meant something in my brain, not outside.
Not outside.
Not outside.
But yeah, as you said, one inhib will be picked up here, going for the conservative option, our Apes Together Strong, and going for this mountain. I'm pretty sure they could have found a way to end 5 versus 5 there, but it's much safer to just secure the mountain soul here. Wait for the next Baron. Pick up a few more turrets across the map. We do see the Tom Kench coming in. Speaking of Tom Kench, had a bit of a suicide pact at the start of that last team fight with the Volley Bear, deciding to port in the middle of 5 people, and it didn't work. It was unfortunate.
His blue
Tom
buff.
Kench,
His blue
yummy
buff.
blue.
Yeah, Soul going over to the side of Apes Together Strong. For me, it feels like a really uphill battle for RAD, as Apes Together Strong are so powerful right now that everything that they do will end up in a victory for them. But it could be, there could be some Herculean efforts and crazy Baron steals that might happen, but very unlikely in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best option we got here is we get Elder Dragon steal. Like, you gotta last 5 minutes, of course, and then you have to get to Elder, and then you have to steal Elder. But unfortunately, Volley Bear has less HP than Silas right now, I believe. So it's not gonna be very easy.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to enter the jungle without, like, perfect picks. It's going to be pretty hard from here on out. They are going to try to pick that off, but it's not going to be worth a flash. But they will do it anyways.
They did get the Skarner Shrine, you know?
They did do it.
And that flash will be up about 20 seconds after Elder spawns.
That's fair.
Wait.
I guess that's all you really need it for, right?
I mean, that's all you need it for. It might be too late still. I mean, you can definitely kill Elder faster than 20 seconds.
I think that Urgot's dead. Nope, he has QSS.
Nope. Yeah, that was, press tab, boys. Press tab.
Silas is going to take Varus ulti here. Here comes a team fight. The all-in from the Volley Bear is going to be going in. And they are going to spit out the Volley Bear. Volley Bear are going to be ulting behind his turret. They are in the back line, currently going to be taking out the Varus. Is Varus going to be able to live? He does take out the Urgot and the Silas trying to front on him. They're all running very low on the side of RAD, but it's not going to be enough damage. Here comes the Mordekaiser. He's going to go bink bionk and take out that, and probably even the Tom Kench as well. One more auto attack will get him the Quadra, baby, and that should be the end of the game through middle.
Yeah, that's just a 5-for-0 there. No one's able to pick up kills, in part due to this Mountain Soul. Close on the backside there, Silas pulling out a good effort to try and blow up the Varus on the backside, but not quite enough damage. This is what happens when your opponent gets Mountain Soul. Yeah, it's honestly just pretty clean and simple game there for the side of Apes Together Strong. Pulling out early advantages in most of their lanes, getting the early Dragon Snowball going, getting some good picks, and Skarner's looking pretty powerful in this Piltover division right now.
I completely agree, especially just like the amount of pressure that he can have and lockdown potential that he brings to the table is just a menace in the league, apparently. So really great performance from Apes Together Strong to tie up the series 1-1 here, and I expect to see more of this as well in the future.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, do you have any thoughts on MVP Ace for this match?
Um, for me, my MVP is going to be going over to the Mordekaiser. He played that early game really, really well. He didn't really have much jungle pressure to fight the Urgot, where I thought that Urgot was going to be more lane oppressive and going to be bullying the Mordekaiser a lot more, but he was able to get a nice couple double kills, play the lane out safely, and then you can see on his scoreline 10, 1, and 6. He played the game out very well, was there for his team almost every point. So I'm going to give my MVP to him. As for Ace, I want to give it over to the Senna. She played the bot lane very, very well, very clean laning, and she did not die as much in even the later stages, even though there was a Skarner and she did not have QSS. So that shows that she has really good presence and good spacing. So really impressed by her performance this game. But how do you feel? What were your takeaways here?
Well, I can agree with you on the bit of a diffy in the top lane for Slavic Goon. Very good performance on the Mordekaiser this game. Pulling out very impressive scoreline, impressive damage numbers, impressive team fight performances. It's hard to pick an ace this game. I feel like your rationale for the Senna makes sense to me. I'm going through, it's like, oh, I think Silas played a lot of these team fights really well, but then I remember the fight bot side where it was the clown car fight. I'm like, I really think if Silas had played that fight a little bit better, that they would have won the fight,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have swung this entire game. So I'm having a hard time picking someone, but I'll probably just stick to your call on the Senna. Otherwise, do you have any closing thoughts on this series?
A series as a whole, I think both these teams are going to be playoff potentials, and I'm expecting to see more of them in the future. Both teams bringing to the table really interesting compositions and really fun gameplay, and you can tell by both teams have great communication with one another. Even though it was a clown fiesta in the bot lane, a team with good communication would always follow up, you know? So you gotta give credit where credit's due. If you're gonna full send, you full send the whole team. So I like both these teams, and I'm excited to see more of them in the future.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. What's our next matchup today?
Our next matchup is going to be Imagine Infernal versus Ionian Battle Meeps. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick intermission as we get that all set up for you guys.